All right, so we're finishing up our time here at North Cascades. I thought I'd just give a quick review. We weren't here very long, just basically a day and a half. The campground we stayed at, North Colonial, was awesome, super interactive and fun for the kids. And it was right on, not the main part of Lake Diablo, but one of like its outskirts or whatever. Our experience here in North Cascades has been a little bit modified by the clouds, and so the views aren't as clear and grandiose as we might have hoped. I will say I have one major criticism of North Cascades, and it's one that I didn't know about and foresee, and it's almost one I didn't even know about myself. But North Cascades is a relatively developed and industrialized national park, and I don't know the history. I'm going to look it up later which came first, but there are two, maybe more dams here, which is why you have Lake Diablo and Ross Lake. You can see here you have the Gorge Dam and you have the Ross Dam since 1924, and so you have power lines all throughout this place. And there's like, power stations, and there's like small buildings for administration of the dam and all these sorts of things. And look, I'm a realist. I know that people need power and electricity, and that nature is not there just to be preserved, it's also there to be used. So I'm not like John Muir. But I do think that the national parks are supposed to be a certain type of place in terms of preservation and sort of unmarred. And I mean, obviously you could argue that they've built shelters and they've built roads through these places, so they're obviously, man has left its mark. And if you really want none of that, then go to national forests and just go for a walk, or go to wilderness areas like Cohutta Wilderness, which is one of my favorite. But there is a certain amount of development and infrastructure that you come to expect in a national park. And my wife was the first one to notice, like, whoa, look at all these power lines, like, and they have to clear cut the forest to make room for the power lines to run. And you're just not used to seeing that kind of infrastructure in national parks. And it really did kind of hurt the mood a little bit. If you've ever been to Hetch Hetchy in Yosemite, it's kind of the same feeling, like, oh man, we had this beautiful place and we kind of, overdeveloped it. So maybe if I had expected that, it wouldn't have been kind of so shocking. And maybe that's my own fault. And I hope that people enjoy North Cascades. Like I said, the weather and the shock of kind of the overdevelopment and power lines going everywhere was a pretty big bummer for us, but maybe it won't be for you. But at least you should know that coming in. So yeah, if it hadn't been for man and dams, then these lakes wouldn't be here. They'd be rivers. And it would look very differently. Maybe better, maybe worse, I don't know. But at least you should know that coming in. And that was our impression of North Cascades. Hope that helps. Enjoy your trip.